Yeah, one thing I wanted to start doing more of is mirror gazing. I always heard about it, and how I can make you some money and all these things or whatever. But if you are familiar with my channel, I'm a Home Depot of sorts. So I don't necessarily tell you, you know, the end result of your practices. I just give you a bunch of tools. All right. So I'm not giving you a hammer telling you that it's going to build you a house. You just know that what you can do with it. So, and I'm speaking to you pretty much in the midst of things. So I'm speaking to you in the midst of a war. Like, so if I'm in war and I hand you a sword, I can't tell you that we're going to survive, but I can tell you that this is what people use to survive. Now, I mean, I'm talking medieval over here. I'm not talking about modern day. I don't want to go into a gunfight with a sword. But I say all this to say this is why I'm doing mirror gazing. Yeah, it can lead to me making some money, but ultimately I like to put things in a way that's rational for me. I like to rationalize certain things. So why would I be mirror gazing? Well, the concept is pretty strange that you spend more time with you than anybody else, obviously, but you don't get to see yourself as much as everybody else does. You can go your whole day without even seeing how you look, outside of your first initial encounter with the mirror when you put your makeup on, as with women, or I don't know if guys put makeup on. I don't know. I damn sure ain't gonna do it. It takes too much time. Or to wash your face and brush your teeth. Make sure your face is clean or presentable, which I've struggled with many times. But some of my videos I look extremely wild. But I really want to sit with myself. So many people have things to say about me, and I really need to check in with this individual. All right, this individual does all this talking, all this moving, all this shaking, that it's very easy to feel disconnected. So I want to look myself in the eyes and see my little eye freckles. That's what the optometrist said, that I got freckles in my eyes. So I want to stare myself in the freckles and talk to myself. I already talk to myself, but I want to see my lips move. I want to see the passion in my eyes. I want to see the hunger, the pain, the hurt. All of these things. I really want to check in. And like I said in my video about building a morning routine, and it's all about setting the tempo. I want, because everything might not be right with myself. Like, you never really know what you're hiding from yourself until you really look within. See, that's the thing. I look within by way of meditating with my eyes closed and listening to music and really digging deep into my soul. But I think it's also important, maybe equally as important, if not more, to look yourself in the eyes, because it's the portal. It's the portal to everything. And for however long, 10 minutes or so, you kind of split yourself in half or double yourself up, and you're not alone. If you ever feel lonely, see how having a couple mirrors around you would change that. It's weird, and we understand how mirrors work, but it's like when you walk past a mirror, I mean, it's like there's another person. And the thing is, the reason why it's so fresh is because you're not always looking at yourself anyway. It's just, you can't. If you were looking at yourself all damn day, you'd be missing out on everything you're supposed to be doing, all of your obligations in life. Like, I'm driving right now, I can't see myself. I mean, I look at the camera, and I can see myself. And I actually use that as a form of mirror gazing too. I really put myself in a zone many times by doing these videos. By just staring at myself. I don't know. I don't have to stare at myself, but I don't know if it's weird to not look towards the camera as I'm talking. Now, you see me when I record the videos in the closet. I'm walking around and things like that, but still looking at myself. And through talking to people, some people hate how they look when they sing, or some people just hate how they look in general. Face too dry, face too pale, face too chubby, whatever it is. you got to learn how to accept these things for what it is if you want to change it. I mean, some things can't be changed, so you have to learn how to accept it for what it is. This is who you are in this world, all right? Now, the flesh doesn't define you, but you got to get real with this. And you know what? That alone is a great reason to do mirror gazing. It's just to see exactly what you've been avoiding. All right? And I have this saying, but I didn't invent this. I'm sure other people say that the eyes don't lie. The eyes do not lie. So I look at everybody in the eyes, and I can pretty much read their intentions. You know, if I can't, then they are pretty deceptive, and they worked on that art form. But I don't want to lie to myself. I like to pride myself on being authentic and things like that. So I want to make sure when I step into the mirror that what I see is lining up with who I am. And some of the times when I was at my lowest and maybe I had tears in my eyes and had negative things to say, it really matched what I saw in the mirror, and I didn't like it. It built up a great deal of disgust. And in front of the mirror, I made a lot of decisions. I made a decision when I'm really unhappy, and I did experience that disgust, that this is not going to happen anymore. You know what I'm saying? Or that's the conclusion that I came to. But basically, I was telling myself that I need to do something about this. All right? And you can very easily miss things like that when you're not looking yourself in the eyes, when you're not, not viewing yourself in the mirror. And it's a great time for self-love, and it's a great time for positive affirmations. It's a great time to talk to yourself. And I mean, I talk to myself a lot, like I said, but it's even better when you're looking at yourself. You don't feel as crazy. But then again, I'm at the point where feeling crazy doesn't even matter. I think it pays to be crazy in this world, in this society. But yeah, give mirror gazing a try. So this isn't necessarily a how-to or tutorial and things like that. This is me documenting my journey. And I meant to speak on this a while back, but here we are now. Give it a try, man. Especially if you feel lonely, if you spend a lot of time to yourself. Check in with the realest person that you know. Check in with the person who knows you the most. All right, peace. Traffic.